Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, let's get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Current blood sugar is 12.3, fully calibrated. I have 4.5 units of insulin left. Basal, this is kind of my bad. I did do a last blood sugar last night. I was zogged. So I didn't do it, so at 4:30 my machine kept going off. I have a bad habit of silencing it and saying no, no, no. So that's why there's a whole break in the system right there. Now here and here, it doesn't look like it went up too bad. It's still higher than where I want it to be. It was around 13.8, I think, when I tested. Let's see exactly what it is. 13.8. Exactly. Hi. So, that's where I am now. Not great. Now for yesterday, it's not 100%, I can tell you that. We're sitting at 62%. This is not acceptable. You'll see an awful lot of your doctors will express concern when you're at 62% for the last 24 hours. I will have to take a look at my month because tomorrow I actually have a phone call with my diabetic nurse, so stay tuned for, what do we call it, a checkup tomorrow, or a check-in. 61% time in range is not a super number, but we all have bad days, and this is proof of it. Yes, a lot of times I sit here and go, yay, 100%. And I don't say yay, 100% to make anyone feel bad. I say yay, 100% for me. Average sugar is sitting at 9.7. So we have challenges to work on today and have to work on getting my blood sugar better at night. Today, I want to discuss, the subject is, I would blank for a moment, but we're doing a control day video, support. And this is very important when you're going on trying to control, especially if you haven't been doing the greatest job in your support. So, support will be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. For myself, I would be nowhere on my diabetes journey without the support of my medical team, being my doctor, the dietitian, the diabetic nurse, the pharmacy. All are important for my diabetes control. If you try to go out and do any of this without support, you're not going to gain anything. You may get a few days of blood sugars being better, but eventually you'll peter out. I know for a fact. Build up support before you go. And who would offer support? Your mother, your father, your husband, your wife. Now, in my early years, I lived with my mother and stepfather, and they were concerned that I had control. But one thing they like to do is they like to come home and sit and relax, and dinner was usually late. Sometimes I was scarfing down dinner trying to get to my graveyard shift. It was pathetic. So I think I was a little bit entitled in saying, well, where's dinner? Well, I was only 22. God forbid I couldn't have meals prepared for myself and eat and then go to work and eat at a better time. I also did things like I would get up and I would have breakfast just the same as anyone else, and then I'd have dinner, but I'd forget about having dinner when I got home because I was so tired, and it was a vicious cycle. Everyone's dream of working night in the store I worked for was going on days. Days was the optimum. It was so much easier. Yeah, well. But trying to control your blood sugar and working nights is if you have to get into the routine. Now, the only people that are going to be able to support you in this routine is your family, your boss. You've got to kind of speak to them and say, hey, I'm going to go off. I'm going to try to control my blood sugar. Don't just kind of, oh, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to control my blood sugar. I'm not going to let anyone know. I'm just going to do it all on my own. No one gets anywhere with their diabetes by themselves. Who can offer support? Your doctors, which most certain will offer support. Your medical teams, husbands, wives, parents, all will offer support. But you have to keep them in the loop. Don't just go off half-nailed, and say, yes, I'm going to do control. You guys just be quiet. I'm going to do control. If you don't get support, it's going to be so easy for you to fall off what I call the diabetic wagon. Now, this is a term, falling off the wagon, is used a lot in alcoholic circles. We're not alcoholics. Well, a majority of us aren't. But falling off the diabetic wagon means you stop taking care of your diabetes. And we don't want that. We want you to start to take control of your diabetes and live successfully with your diabetes. No questions asked. Now, having someone who is trying to do their own diabetes without support is kind of like a dieter saying, oh, I'm just going to eat, try to get my eating under control, and no one there is to support you. it kind of like will send you off the roads. They'll come in and they'll have big elaborate dinners that you can't eat, or they will say things to you. So make sure everyone's on page saying you want to start controlling your diabetes. Support is key. I can remember I said I was going to start taking care of my diabetes. And I can remember asking my manager to watch the till for, 30 seconds while I went into the back and did a blood sugar. And I wasn't allowed to do that. He made such a big fuss about that. He made such a big fuss. I would bring the machine up behind the counter, which wasn't a great idea, and try to quickly do a blood sugar there. You're paid for the moment you come in here till the moment you leave. We have no time for you to do anything else. He didn't last too long. You have a right to take a blood sugar. Blood sugars now can be, in total, from cleaning your finger to putting everything away, can last about 30 seconds now. This guy was just a jerk. But out of that conference came saying, well, letting people know what you're doing. The new manager was fine with it when I told him what he was doing. Shortly after that, I moved out of the store level and into the human resources level at the company I worked for. And I was in the stores a lot for training, but I was under the human resources umbrella. I could stop, I could do a finger poke, and be ready to go. Keeping things under control is vital. Keeping yourself under control without your family support or your support of the people behind you is not. Whether it just be your doctor, he or she can guide you on the best way of gaining control. I'm offering bits and pieces to supplement your time on getting control. But your doctor should be in the loop. Now, it's going to be hard to get your doctor support if you've been lying to them the whole time and you haven't been taking care of yourself. He or she probably knows. They can spot a diabetic who isn't taking control of their diabetes. And what do? We seem to always act so defiant and, oh yes, we are taking care of our diabetes. And yes, we're doing. So, what to do? Well, first of all, let's see what we've learned from this video. Number one is get support. Talk to your family. Talk to your manager or your immediate superior at wherever you work. Let them know what is involved and what you would like their role to be in. Now, it's important to remember that your work can be won over by saying, I'll be a much better employee if my blood sugars are intact. Your family will be more supportive because you probably won't be going through mood swings. And I can tell you most diabetics with their sugars go through mood swings. Your significant other, your husband, your wife, same thing. You need to build the support and saying, yes, I'm going to be taken care of. Things will be a little bit different. I'm going to be trying to eat earlier and change my life. How about going for a walk after dinner? And they might say, sure. Now, what happens if you don't get support? At least get the support of your medical team. They will help in telling you how to go about heading towards control without not having support of your family. Still try to get support of your immediate superiors at where you work. It's all trying to get as much as your support. If you're missing one thing, hopefully you'll get enough support from the other areas to keep you online. Because remember, you are doing this for you. You shouldn't have to worry about outside support. But we have to. We are a social beings, and we like interaction, and we regard what other people think of us. So get the support, get them on your team. With that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. My next vlog topic will be Tomorrow we're going to discuss holier than thou diabetics. And are they a hinder or are they a plus? So stay tuned, and we'll hope to see you tomorrow. Same bad channel. Have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.